Shalom, brothers and sisters. My name is Ricky Huerta, and I'm here to read you the Apocalypse of Zaphaniah, also known as the Apocalypse of TzefanYahu, or in Hebrew, Hizgalut de TzefanYahu. Chapter 1. Vision of a Tormented Soul. I saw a soul being punished and watched over by 5,000 angels, leading it to the east and taking it to the west. Each gave him 100 lashes daily. I was scared and fell on my face, so that my joints went limp. The malach, the angel, held out his hand and told me, "Win, you who are going to win, and be strong, and you who are going to win. Defeat the accuser, and you will get out of hell." When I stood up, I said, "Who is that you're punishing?" He told me, "That is a soul that was found in her sin. For before she came to do penance, she was visited and taken from her body." Chapter 2. View of Mount Seir. The angel, the malach of Yahuwah, said to me, "Come, let me show you the place of justice." I moved up to the top of Mount Seir. He showed me 3 men along with 2 angels, malachim, who went with them and rejoiced and exulted over them. I asked the angel, "Who are these lucky ones?" He answered me, "These are the 3 sons of Joathan, the Cohen, which is the priest, those who did not keep the commandments of their fathers or fulfilled the precepts of Yahuwah." Then I saw 2 other malachim, angels, weeping over the 3 sons of Joathan, the priest, the Cohen. I asked the angel, "Who are these?" He answered, "These are the malachim, the angels of Yahuwah, the Almighty, who writes all the good deeds of the righteous in his book while they are watching at the gate of heaven." Then I take them by the hand and bring them before Yahuwah the Almighty, and he writes his name in the book of the living. There are also other malachim, other angels of the accuser, who are on the earth. Also, they all the sins of men in their books. Write them down. These likewise sit at the door of the heaven. They call the accuser, and he inscribes them in his manuscripts so that he can accuse them when they come out of the world below. Chapter 3. Vision of demons taking souls. Then I went to the malach of Yahuwah, the angel. I looked in front of me and saw a place there. Thousands of thousands and myriads of malachim, angels, entered it. Their faces were like the leopard, bearing his teeth out of his mouth like wild bears. His eyes were dyed with blood, their hair loose like the hair of women, and they had in their hands fiery whips. When I saw them, I was afraid and left that angel who came with me. And I asked him, Who are these with this luck?" He replied, "These are the servants of all creation, those who take the souls of the ungodly men, take them and leave them in this place. They spend 3 days going around with them in the air before they take them and put them in the eternal punishment." Chapter 4. To the place of the dead. I went back again and saw a great sea. I was thinking it was the sea of water, but I observed that it was completely made of fire, like a mass that launched many flames and whose waves burned with sulfur and pitch. At that very moment I stood up and I saw a great malach, an angel, in front of me. His hair was loose like that of a lioness. His teeth protrude from his mouth like those of a bear. Excuse me. Their hair was loose like those of women. His body was like that of snakes. While ready to devour me, when I saw him, I was afraid of him, so that my body limbs were limp, and I fell on my face. I was not able to put on. I stood up and began to plead before Yahuwah Almighty. You will save me from this tribulation. You who saved Israel from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, Egypt. I beg you to free me from this tribulation. Then I got up, stood up, and saw a great angel standing in front of me. His face shone like the rays of the sun on his kavod, glory. His face being like that of which is perfect in his kavod, glory. He was girded with a golden belt in his chest, and his feet were like bronze that is melting in the fire. When I saw it, I was glad, for I thought that Yahuwah Almighty had come to visit me. I fell on my face, and I loved it. He told me, pay attention to him. Don't worship me. I am not Yahuwah Almighty, but I am the great angel, Malach, Eremiel, who is above the abyss and all the hells, that is, whose hand all souls are held since the termination of the deluge that came to earth to this day. Then I asked the Malach, the angel, what place is this that I have to come? He replied, these are the Sheolim, the hells, plural. Then I asked him, who is the great angel who is standing like that I've seen? He said, that is the one who accuses men before Yahuwah. Chapter 5. Book Vision. Then I looked and saw he had a manuscript in his hand and began to unroll it. When he had unfolded it, I read it in my own language. I found that all of my sins he had committed were recorded by him. Those I had committed since my childhood till this day. They were all consigned in the manuscript. Without there was no false word in them. Perhaps I had not gone to visit a sick man or a widow. I found it consigned against me as my fault in that manuscript. I fell on my face and began to beg before Yahuwah Almighty. May your mercy come upon me and erase my manuscript, because your mercy has been present everywhere and has filled every place. Chapter 6. Transfer of the seer to the kavod, glory. They took me by the hand and put me in a boat. They began to sing exaltations before thousands and myriads of angels. I myself put an angel vestment, like a dress, like some dressing, and saw all those spirits praying. I too began to pray together with them. I knew the language in which they spoke to me. Now then, my children, this is the correct procedure, because it is necessary that you be heavy good and evil on the scale. Then the great angel came out carrying a golden trumpet in his hand, and he blew the trumpet 3 times over me head and saying, you have defeated the accuser, you have escaped from the abyss, from the hells. Now you will pass through a place of passage, for your name is written in the book of the living. That's the good book, guys. Then he ran to all the righteous, that is, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Hanok, Enoch, Elijah, and David. He spoke with them as a friend with friends, who they talked with each other. Then the great angel came to me carrying a golden trumpet in his hand. It made zones towards the sky. This was open from the place of the exit of the sun to the place of its setting, from the north to the south. I saw the sea that I had seen at the bottom of the hells, Sheolim, and it is the waves rose to the clouds. I saw the souls that were immersed in it. I saw some who had their hands tied around their necks, chained hands and feet. I asked, "Who are these?" The angel answered, "These are the ones who practice bribery, those who give gold and silver until they lead their souls of men astray." I also saw another who was covered with fire mats. I asked, "Who are these?" He replied, "Those are the ones they give money at interest and received interest plus interest." I also saw a blind man. They shouted, and I was astonished when I had seen all the works of Elohim, of God. I asked, "Who are they?" He replied, "They are the deaf who have heard the word of Elohim, of God, but they have not been perfect in the work they heard." I asked again, "Do you have penance here?" He replied, "Yes." I asked, "Until when?" He said, "Until the day Yahuwah judges." That's the judgment day. Chapter 7. The Intercession of the Kadoshim, the saints. I saw crowds. The angel led them outside, and when they all beheld the punishment, began to shout, asking before Yahuwah Almighty, "We beseech you in favor of those who are in punishment, that have mercy on all of them." When I saw them, I asked the angel who spoke with me. He answered me, "These who pray to Yahuwah are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." Then at a specific time they go out each day with the great angel. He sounds the trumpets to the heavens, and others play on earth. All the righteous hear the sound. They come running here and ask the Almighty Yahuwah every day for those who are all in torments. Chapter 8. Arrival of the wrath of Elohim, of God. Again, the great angel with the golden trumpet in his hand came out, making it ring on earth. They heard it from place to the east and to the west, and from the southern region to the northern region. Again he made her sound towards the sky, and her voice was heard. "Sound," I asked. "Adon, Lord, why don't you leave me until I've seen everyone?" He replied, "I have no power to show them to you until Yahuwah Almighty rises up in his anger to destroy the earth and the heavens. They will be troubled, and all they will shout, saying, 'All meat that belongs to you will all give to you on Yahuwah's day.' Who will stand before him when he rises up in his anger, so that the earth and every tree that grows on the earth be uprooted with the roots and fall to the ground, and every high tower and the birds that fly fall?" This is the book and the fragment of Zaphaniah. Brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoy this book. This book is very, very, very tough, very descriptive of the apocalypse and things to come. May our Father, may our Abba bless and keep you all, brothers and sisters. And please share and like the video. Thank you. Shalom.